The race to be Toronto's next mayor heats up. With one candidate dropping out, we look at who stands to benefit the most. Also, a new learning centre in the heart of Toronto, and it's not about the books. I'm Affan Chowdhry. Welcome to Globe Now. September is around the corner, and once we cross Labor Day, the Toronto election is going to get really hot. Already there are signs of the field narrowing. On Thursday, Karen Stintz dropped out but didn't throw her support behind any of the remaining candidates. Well, to talk about whether a front runner is emerging and the obstacles they face in the run-up to the October vote, we're joined by Marcus G. Welcome, Marcus.
Thank you.
Karen Stintz herself said that she was never going to crack the 5% vote, but presumably the support that she did have could go to some of the candidates. How could it affect the outcome of the election, do you think?
I don't think the effect will be very profound. I mean, her support was so low, below 5%, that it's really just a smattering of votes. Potentially, because she's a center-right candidate, some of those votes could go to John Tory. But people in a municipal campaign don't tend to vote along ideological lines necessarily. They vote for the candidate. So some of those people could go to Olivia Chow. Perhaps they want a woman for mayor, for instance.
Okay, let's talk about polls, because earlier in the summer I read that John Tory and Olivia Chow were running neck and neck. In August, I'm reading that John Tory is a little bit ahead. Can we begin to say that there's a front runner emerging?
I think it's a little too early for that, but John Tory does have a certain momentum. Olivia Chow was leading in all the polls for months since last spring. On the other hand, people really only start to look at things seriously after Labor Day, when the debates start in earnest, when the advertising starts.
I mean, that's remarkable, because it feels like the longest campaign ever.
Yeah.
And the fact that people are not yet paying attention, that surprises me.
This is a Rob Ford election, so people are paying closer attention because he's in the race than they would have normally. But it is an extraordinarily long campaign. It's almost like a U.S. presidential campaign, almost that long. It's 10 months all in all.
Okay, talking about Rob Ford, there have been new conflict of interest allegations reported by the Globe and Mail this week. How could those allegations kind of chip away at Ford Nation and the support that Rob Ford has?
Well, that story was important, and the series of stories the Globe and Mail has done on his business activities are important because they go to the point of his behavior. Now, he and his supporters say the crack cocaine and the drunkenness and so on, that's all personal stuff. It has nothing to do with how he acts in office as a mayor. These allegations suggest that he was mixing his private business and his job as mayor, that he may have been favoring clients and so on. So that, I think, is in a way more damaging to him than those quote-unquote personal things in his life.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Marcus. Well, we want to hear from you. If you're going to be voting, have you made up your mind? Tweet us at Globe Now. Well, if you haven't made up your mind, you may want to join us at an upcoming mayoral debate presented by the Globe and Mail and the Toronto Region Board of Trade. It's on Thursday, September the 4th at 12 noon, and tickets are available for the public through the Toronto Board of Trade's website, so do check it out. Now, one thing that can't be missed in Toronto is the construction. New buildings are going up all over the place, and Mayor Rob Ford boasts that Toronto has more cranes in the sky than New York City. Well, one of those sites is at Ryerson University. They're building a new student learning centre. It's being called a modern library, and it's less about books and more about flexible studying space. So what does this new building in the heart of downtown Toronto have to offer? Well, we got a sneak peek inside. Take a look.
We're expecting the new Student Learning Centre to open late winter, early spring of this year. We have students who come to us from all across the GTA every day, and our scarcest commodity is space. So what this incredible 155,000 square feet of space is going to do is create great learning and study spaces for all of our students.
Students study differently than we work, let's say, at over 50 like me. The furniture's all really flexible seating. There's everything from kind of low, formless furniture to single seats to stuff they can move around.
I think these spaces are less and less about books and more about rich environments for learning. It's an 8-story building. Each story has unique kinds of learning spaces. Quiet spaces, solitary spaces, group spaces, casual spaces. It's highly transparent and designed to be an architectural beauty. It's not uncontroversial, not everybody loves it, but it is about a statement that will be very clear about Ryerson is here.
Well, that's all for today's show. If you've got a moment, hop onto Twitter. What do you think is the key ingredient for student learning these days, and how important is space? Tweet us at Globe Now. I'm Affan Chowdhry. Thanks for watching.